In this episode, I visit Wineglass Bay and the Bay of Fires in Tasmania. Let's get to it. Hello everyone, my name is Just Mike and welcome to Sensacious Hiatus, where I highlight my travels and share information with you on how I made those adventures happen. So I'm going to continue highlighting my 10-day road trip throughout the Australian island state of Tasmania. I left off in the last episode showing that awesome secluded beach near the Tasman Peninsula, and after that we decided to head a little further north and camp out again, this time in Freycinet National Park near Wineglass Bay. Out the sand here. It's like tiny little pebbles. Wow, that was some amazing insight right there. So, moving on. We ended up just taking it easy the rest of the day and hanging out on this awesome beach. We camped out at a designated campground that was really close to the beach and the weather was just perfect. It was an absolutely beautiful night. The next morning I did a short solo walk to get a different perspective of the peninsula and found out that there are some really good walking tracks in this area. That's Mount Graham, Mount Freycinet. I would have loved to have spent more time exploring this peninsula, but I knew I only had a limited amount of time in Tasmania, so I met back up with the group and we were on to the next place. Our next stop was the Bay of Fires, which is on the northeastern coast of Tasmania and is known for its orange lichen-covered granite boulders. The bay was actually given its name because fires from Aboriginal people were spotted on its beaches in 1773 by Captain Tobias Furneaux, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but Furneaux was one of the first men to circumnavigate the world in both directions. Over the next couple days, we slowly meandered inland, stopping at a couple different waterfalls and other places of interest. In the town of Legerwood, trees were planted way back in 1918 to commemorate soldiers from the area who never returned home from World War I. These trees became so large they were determined to be a safety hazard, and nearly 2 decades ago the trees were cut back and sculpted to commemorate those men. Extensive research was done to ensure that the carvings accurately relate to each man's story. It was at this point in our trip that we made it to Launceston, where we honestly didn't do much other than ride the chairlift, which is supposedly the world's largest single chairlift span. The chairlift takes you to an area known as the Cataract Gorge Reserve, where there are several short walking tracks and gardens to explore. Also in the area are a lot of peacocks. After briefly visiting Launceston, we slightly deviated from our initial road trip plan and made a spontaneous visit to the town of Penguin, which is on the northern coast of Tasmania. Unfortunately, the only penguin that we saw was this giant statue of one in the town square. Well, that is going to wrap it up for this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button as I do have a couple more videos highlighting my trip in and around Tasmania. As always, thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one.